When you picture Canada, hot probably isn't the first word to leap to mind. For a country nicknamed the Great White North, frozen tundra and snow-capped mountains might seem more appropriate. Yet Canada is vast. In fact, it's the second largest country on the planet. So while it's certainly got a few frosty regions, there's also plenty of locations where God cranked up the heat. But these toasty cities are a little huddled together. Indeed, of the 10 Canadian provinces and 3 territories, only 2 appear in this top 10 list: Ontario and British Columbia. In this video, we're only including cities with more than 100,000 people, using temperature data collected from 1981 to 2010. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button to help us out. Now, here are 10 of the hottest cities in Canada. Number 10. London, Ontario. Kicking off our list is the city of London, located at the confluence of the Thames River. Yes, you heard that right. And no, we're not in England. London and the Thames were both named in 1783 by John Graves Simcoe, who proposed a site for the capital of Upper Canada. Yet unlike its namesake's temperate oceanic climate, London, Ontario experiences large seasonal swings in temperature, owing to its continental location. Summers here are warm, hot, and humid with an average July temperature of 69.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 20.8 degrees Celsius. Temperatures here rise above 86 degrees Fahrenheit on average 10 days a year. But life can get even hotter. The highest temperature ever recorded in London was 106 degrees Fahrenheit on the 6th of August 1918. Even more extreme when humidity is factored in, 2018 saw 4 heat wave incidents, which led to humidex temperatures topping out at 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So make sure to pack your sunblock and hat if you're passing through. Number 9. Toronto, Ontario. Canada's biggest city is also the nation's 9th hottest. Situated on the western shores of Lake Ontario, the Greater Toronto region is home to some 9.2 million people as of 2016. Such dense urbanization and close proximity to water mean nighttime in Toronto is significantly warmer than it should be for its latitude. This heat island effect also increases average daily temperatures to 48.9 degrees Fahrenheit or 9.4 degrees Celsius. Although the mercury has been known to peak at 105.1 degrees Fahrenheit in July, the hottest temperature on record. Meanwhile, spring and autumn generally maintain mild or cool temperatures as the seasons transition from or into the bitter winters. Like London, Ontario, Toronto also struggles under high humidity. Temperatures can feel as hot as 44.5 degrees Celsius, even when substantially lower. But there is one welcome relief. Spring and early summer afternoons are often cooled under the influence of the breezes, which drift in off Lake Ontario. Number 8. Hamilton, Ontario. Not far from Toronto in Canada's densely populated industrialized heartland, known as the Golden Horseshoe, is the city of Hamilton. Wrapping itself around the westernmost part of Lake Ontario, the city is but a stone's throw from the world-famous Niagara Peninsula, where the dramatic Horseshoe Falls comes crashing down. Indeed, Niagara's cooling mists are a welcome relief during the sultry summer months. Here, the humid continental climate means the year's warmest months are as humid as they are hot. Temperatures measured at the nearby Royal Botanical Gardens reported a record high of 106 degrees Fahrenheit long ago in 1868. Nothing has changed since. Hamilton experiences daily average highs of almost 56 degrees Fahrenheit, only cooled by the breezes that float in from both Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. In July, average daily temperatures rise to 71.6 degrees Fahrenheit, with average highs of 81.1 degrees. On any of these spectacular summer days, don't just visit Niagara. Though the falls are certainly impressive, Hamilton is host to more than 100 waterfalls found throughout the city, each one more breathtaking than the last. Number 7. Brantford, Ontario. Founded on the Grand River, just down the road from Hamilton, is another warm Ontarian city. Brantford is nowhere near as populous as its neighbor, hosting only 97,000 people. Nevertheless, the climate is equally as good. Peaks are slightly lower than nearby Hamilton, with an all-time temperature record of 101.3 degrees Fahrenheit, or 38.5 degrees Celsius. Nevertheless, the city still experiences an average daily temperature of 81 degrees Fahrenheit in July, the warmest month of the year. It's no accident that most of Canada's warmest cities are huddled together in southwestern Ontario. Firstly, it's simply where a disproportionate number of Canadians live, between the Great Lakes of Huron, Erie, and Ontario. But the Ontario Peninsula is also the most southerly part of the vast nation, enjoying a humid continental climate, meaning summers are warm or hot-tempered by the colossal thunderstorms and even tornadoes, which plague the region. On the other hand, the winters are bitter and snow often falls in several feet. It's ever a land of two extremes. Number 6. St. Catharines, Ontario. The city of St. Catharines is about as close as you can get to Niagara without falling in. Found on the southern shores of Lake Ontario, it's largely known for the Welland Canal, connecting Lakes Ontario and Erie. Indeed, the moderating influence of the two gives St. Catharines a unique microclimate. Sheltered partially by the Niagara Escarpment to the south, wineries flourish in the surrounding area. After all, they've got the temperatures for it. Daily mean temperatures in July are 71.4 degrees Fahrenheit, with average highs of 80.8 degrees. However, while the all-time record was set in July 1936, a sizzling 104 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius, when humidity is taken into account, August is by far the warmest month, with temperatures feeling almost 50 degrees Celsius, halfway to boiling. This strange climate is a boon for local vegetation, earning the St. Catharines the official nickname the Garden City, due to its 1,000 acres of parks, gardens, and trails. So sit back and sip a glass of local wine during one of the seemingly endless summer days. We're now halfway through our video. If you're still with us, comment the Canadian flag emoji below. Number 5. Vancouver, British Columbia. Finally, we're leaving Ontario and heading over 2,000 miles west to the mountainous metropolis of Vancouver. It's by far the biggest city in Western Canada. The greater metropolitan area is home to some 2.4 million people. Unlike the humid continental climates of inland Ontario, Vancouver's position on the Pacific coast means that it enjoys an oceanic or marine coastal classification. The result is dry, warm summer months and mild winters. Indeed, Vancouver is one of Canada's warmest cities in the winter. The highest temperature ever recorded in the city was previously 93.9 degrees Fahrenheit back in 2009, with average daily highs of 72 degrees Fahrenheit in July. However, the weather here can get bizarre. In 2021, more than 230 deaths were reported in British Columbia in a freak historic heat wave. Readings in downtown Vancouver saw the mercury skyrocket to 101.5 degrees Fahrenheit at one point, as authorities set up temporary misting stations to help locals cool off. But as the climate warms, such freak events may become an ever more common occurrence. Number 4. Windsor, Ontario. The last entry for Ontario is also the southernmost city in Canada. Windsor, a city of over 200,000 people, lies directly across from Detroit, Michigan, on the south bank of the Detroit River. Across the entire year, the mean annual temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. In July, the mean temperature is 72 degrees Fahrenheit, the highest such mean in Canada, and the warmest summer nights in the country. However, when humidity is added in, humidex values can top 50 in both June and July, causing a substantial risk of heat stroke. This dangerous combination of heat and humidity is also the principal cause of the frequent thunderstorms, which occur on average 32 days per year. So while you're sweating through your t-shirt, you're likely to also be pounded with rain. Luckily, there's plenty of shady corners to cool off, from the Queen Elizabeth II Sunken Garden at Jackson Park to the leafy Windsor Sculpture Park stretching along the Detroit River. You can easily spend a baking hot day chilling with a cool can of soda or an ice cream. Number 3. Kelowna, British Columbia. Far inland from Vancouver, Kelowna sits along the Okanagan Lake in the Okanagan Valley. Days here are so hot it's earned the place the moniker Sun City. In fact, average high temperatures in January surpass those of the most southern area in Canada, Windsor. Meanwhile, Kelowna's average year-round high temperature of about 57.7 degrees Fahrenheit, or 14.3 degrees Celsius, is one of the highest in Canada. That's caused by a rare combination of high summer temperature, due to its inland location, and relatively mild winters, a peculiar quirk, unusual in a continental climate. Still, like Windsor, humidity is a significant problem. Record-high humidex temperatures above 40 have been recorded in June, July, and August, and the period is also associated with heat waves, where temperatures above 86 degrees Fahrenheit persist for weeks. But with panoramic views of the surrounding mountains and a huge lake in which to take a dip, there's definitely worse places to live. Number 2. Abbotsford, British Columbia. A short drive from Vancouver, and as close as you can get to the US border, you'll find the city of Abbotsford. Despite an estimated population of only 141,000 people, the city is spread out over 145 square miles, making it the largest city area in British Columbia. Like its neighbor, Abbotsford experiences an oceanic climate, with warm, dry summers and wet, mild winters. Average daily maximum temperatures here are 59.2 degrees Fahrenheit, or 15.1 degrees Celsius, meaning Abbotsford is the second warmest city in all of Canada. Indeed, the city ranked third regarding the length of the frost-free season, totaling 208 frost-free days annually. Weather conditions here are so mild they're perfect for plant and produce cultivation. Little wonder then that 70% of the city's land is part of the agricultural land reserve, producing an unparalleled abundance of fresh fruits and vegetables. So it's never far from farm to table. You're nearly at the end of our video. We're on a mission to explore all of Earth's amazing destinations. Make sure you're subscribed. That way you'll always be notified of our latest videos. Number 1. Victoria, British Columbia. Last but certainly not least is the only city on the list not on the Canadian mainland. Victoria sits across the Strait of Georgia from Vancouver, on the aptly named Vancouver Island, though the city is named for the island and not the other way around. The capital of British Columbia, Victoria is also known as the Garden City, renowned for its attractive and leafy aesthetic. That's all thanks to Victoria's warm summer Mediterranean climate, almost unknown throughout the rest of Canada. Despite being farther north than winter cities like Ottawa and Minneapolis, the warm currents of the Pacific Ocean keep Victoria's average annual temperatures at a comfortable 50.5 degrees Fahrenheit, or 10.3 degrees Celsius. The hottest temperature on record is 103.6 degrees Fahrenheit in June, with the average daily highs peaking in August at 68.2 degrees Fahrenheit. The city's nickname is certainly appropriate. Due to its mild climate, many flowers bloom during the winter and early spring. In fact, amazingly, Victoria conducts an annual flower count in February, when the rest of the province is still stuck in the dead of winter. Meanwhile, species such as Garry oak and Pacific medrone, rare elsewhere, are common in this surrounding area. All in all, while Victoria is the hottest city in Canada, it's also one of the mildest. What a place to live. Hey, thanks for watching. Want to suggest a video or have something to say? Let us know in the comments section below. Check out our cities playlist for more videos like this one.